The Suicide Squad races against time to complete their mission and escape the Isekai before their time runs out and they lose their lives. RatCatcher leads the opposing army, and their powers are amplified. It's time to go over the details of Episode 3 of Suicide Squad Isekai, so stay until the end of the video as we analyze this episode together and discuss the anime's early stages. Welcome to Comic Chronicles. In response to the princess's request, the knight goes to the prison to try to talk to the Suicide Squad and convince them to help in the war. But upon arrival, he is faced with the aftermath of the rebellion, the entire prison destroyed, and the squad outside. Viewing this as a rebellion against the kingdom, the knight attempts to attack the squad, using his sword on King Shark, but realizes the attack was futile as he quickly regenerated. Flag intervenes, trying to communicate with the knight and explain that they can help. The problem is that the little bit he learned of the kingdom's language was from the prison orcs, so unknowingly, he was insulting the knight, who seemed increasingly annoyed. It was quite hilarious. The knight starts to calm down when he remembers the princess's request and how important it is for the squad to help. So they are taken to the palace to speak with the queen. Upon arrival, the queen casts a spell that allows them to understand each other's languages. Rick Flag addresses the queen, stating that he has valuable information for the kingdom and requesting that, in exchange for this information, he and the squad be set free. He explains that the rise of the Empire is happening because all the higher-ranking officials leading the troops are extremely dangerous individuals who also came from the squad's original world. Soon, the Suicide Squad understands that these dangerous individuals are from the previous squad that went through the portal with Flag. They rebelled against Flag and joined the Empire. Upon hearing this, the Queen says that all of this is happening due to Flag's incompetence and orders the guards to prepare for an attack. Peacemaker intervenes, saying that they are willing to do everything possible to rectify this mistake, and Flag agrees. To put them to the test, the Queen allows them to be released to help in the battles and returns their uniforms, but Flag remains detained until they fulfill the agreement. This forces the squad to truly help until Flag is freed, since he is the only one who knows the portal's location for them to return home before time runs out. On the battlefield, our villains seem ready for combat, but the commander orders them to do nothing as he does not want help from outsiders. Before we continue, if you're enjoying watching Suicide Squad Isekai and want to stay updated on all the details and references of this anime, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications. Additionally, if you want to explore the Suicide Squad's original stories in their original medium, which is comics, check the video description for our affiliated links to the comics, allowing you to acquire them without any extra costs. By doing so, you contribute to keeping our channel up and running. Thank you very much. The Kingdom's soldiers are at war with the Empire's Beastmen. Meanwhile, Harley and Deadshot use binoculars to determine which side has the advantage. Peacemaker warns that they only have 30 hours until the bombs in their necks explode. While observing, Harley realizes that the Beastmen are so cold in battle because they have been brainwashed. Upon hearing this, Deadshot discovers who might be the army's leader, his former cellmate. So the squad confronts the villain to convince him to end the battle. To enter the castle of the Beastman's kingdom, Clayface uses his powers to manipulate the clay and open a passage in the wall. He mentions that his powers have been enhanced by that world, and instead of just controlling the clay in his body, he feels like he can control any type of clay. Because of this, Harley remembers when she hit one of the guards in the prison with a bat, causing him to hit the ceiling due to her increased strength in this world. At the top of the castle, they encounter RatCatcher, who becomes irritated upon seeing Deadshot. Deadshot finds it strange that he is not happy to see him since he believes he has helped him many times in prison. However, RatCatcher felt humiliated and offended by everything he made him do, such as swapping his food for cheese because rats like cheese. Angry, RatCatcher orders the Beastmen to attack. Normally, he can only manipulate rats, but this world also intensified his manipulation powers, allowing him to control the Beastmen. While they attack, Clayface notices water reservoirs at the top of the castle. Deadshot shoots at the reservoirs, causing them to rupture and flood the top of the castle, moistening the earth and making it easier for Clayface to manipulate the structure of the castle made of clay, defeating the Beastmen and providing Peacemaker the opportunity to shoot RatCatcher. As the Suicide Squad is about to defeat him, Katana quickly appears, defends Peacemaker's bullet with her sword, and flees with RatCatcher. Seeing that the castle was destroyed during the battle, the commander becomes furious with the squad, stating that the plan did not involve destroying the castle but rather reclaiming it for the kingdom. Nevertheless, the other leaders consider it a victory as they have eliminated the Beastmen enemies. At the end of the episode, Katana informs RatCatcher that it was the only time she would help him because he knows what the Emperor thinks of failed leaders. RatCatcher reassures her not to worry because he will make the Suicide Squad pay for their actions. In my opinion, this episode was better than the previous ones, although this anime's beginning still feels somewhat lukewarm. The action scenes are very good, and visually, the anime is well done. It's evident that the studio invested more heavily in this production. Unfortunately, the issue I mentioned in the analysis of the previous episode still persists here. The main characters lack development. In this episode, we were introduced to another of the villains who arrived in this isekai before the protagonists we have been following. RatCatcher's presence in this animation brings expectation of what is to come, which other villains we will see in this plot, as well as the mysteries surrounding this team of villains and who is behind it all. Another interesting aspect of this anime is how the characters use magic in the isekai and how being there influences their special abilities. In my opinion, this aspect was executed well. Nevertheless, despite Suicide Squad Isekai getting almost everything right, the lack of connection between the main characters and the audience is what is missing for this plot to become more interesting. Even if the main story were something simple, having more depth in the development of each squad member can make the work more engaging. The characters are still in the same tone they began with back in the first episode. Now I want to know your opinion. Did you enjoy episode 3 of Suicide Squad Isekai? Are you excited for the upcoming episodes? Write your thoughts in the comments below. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications so that whenever a new video about Suicide Squad Isekai or any news involving DC and Marvel comes out, you will be the first to be notified. Additionally, check out our affiliated links to Suicide Squad comics and other DC titles in our video description if you're interested. By doing so, you contribute to our channel without any extra costs. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video.